No, End live. For fuck's sake, I've done it again. I set it. I set it. Okay. Hello. Hi, everybody. Just a second. Okay, hello everybody, hi. Welcome back to Farm Sim Friday. Just give me 1 second. There we go, a bit of a rush to get started on time today. Okay, there we go, everything's working. Okay, hello and welcome back. How's everyone doing? It is, of course, Friday, which means more Farming Simulator. So hello, welcome everybody. Hi Dagger, how are you doing? Okay. We'll wait a few minutes for a few people to join us before we really get started, but welcome back. We are obviously doing some more Farming Sim today. It's our first Farming Sim since I've come back off my break, but we got some big things planned for today. I'm quite looking forward to it. The plan is, well, first things first, we have a bit of an emergency to sort out, because as you may remember, there was some trouble down at the sheep farm. So before I do anything else, I'm going to go and sort this out. The problem was, as you may remember, all of our sheep kind of starved to death a little bit. We had a bit of trouble with our sheep population. So what I'm going to do, well, first of all, the problem happened because we couldn't feed our sheep, right? So we originally bought 48 sheep. We've now got 5 left. We've lost 44 sheep because we couldn't feed them properly. You may remember we tried feeding them hay bales, we tried feeding them grass bales. Nothing seemed to work. We tried putting them in the marker here, we tried putting them over the fence there. Nothing worked. Then I discovered that the reason we couldn't feed them is because you need to feed them loose grass or hay, not bales. So, not great for us because we've got a load of bales here and it needs to be loose. Fortunately, there is something in the shop which can help us, so I'm going to go and buy that straight away. If we look at the front loader tools, we have a bale shredder here from Goale. This works basically the same as the straw blower, where you put a bale in and it blows straw into the enclosure for bedding. This basically does the same thing with a grass bale, so we stick a grass bale in there, it'll chop it up for us, and then put the grass into the feed trough for the sheep. So we're going to buy one of these straight away. We'll just get it all as standard. And we're going to get straight down to the shop and pick this up. When's 26 come out, says Sizable Straw? There is no 26 Sizable Straw, unfortunately. Farming Sim don't actually make a game every year. Currently they are making a game every 3 years. They do occasional mobile releases in between, but they only do like one mainline game every 3 years. And at the minute, the latest is FS25. And also, before anyone mentions it, let's make it clear: the Highland Fishing DLC came out earlier this week, so we can now play that. We can go up to Scotland. There's a new map called Kinlake. It's the very first time Giant Software have ever done an official UK map, which is really, really exciting. But since we're only 4 episodes into this map, I didn't want to just abandon it. So my plan is I'm going to carry on playing this map until the end of the year, and then we're going to play Kinlake from the Highlands Fishing DLC in the new year. Thanks for following, Fashion. It's oh, Sizable Straw, your son. Oh, good. Good to know. How are you doing? But yeah, the sheep thing, this is our #1 priority, really, because we bought these sheep a few weeks ago now, and they have not been fed once. Obviously, because we couldn't figure out how to feed them. Oh, maybe we're going a bit fast there through the ford. Yeah, obviously we weren't sure how to feed the sheep, which is why they haven't been fed yet, but we've lost 44 of them. We've lost almost 90% of our sheep just trying to figure out how to feed them properly. Now we know. Look, I know that makes me sound really stupid. I know what sheep are supposed to eat. I know that they're supposed to eat grass. The problem is we couldn't physically put the grass into the enclosure for them to eat. But that, we've solved that now. That's what we're solving today. How do you pronounce your name? Not seen it before. My name's pronounced Saul. It like rhymes with Paul. What's the little pad thing next to your steering wheel? That's my ignition lock. So I can't turn the engine off right now. But the ignition lock is from the collector's edition of this game, FS25. Although it also works with Euro Truck. We've been using it quite a lot for that. But it's a little, basically just a little ignition lock with a key. You can put the key in and turn it to start the engine. Pretty cool thing. I like it. The colourful one, that's actually a little Lego set. It's a little Lego... oh, I've just broken it. It's a little Lego succulent garden. Hold on, I'll hold it a bit closer to the camera so you can see it a bit better. There you go. The one on the side. Oh, this one. This is this control panel. This is from. This goes with the steering wheel. This is the Logitech G heavy equipment panel. Where's the thing that I just bought? It's there. What does it do? Everything. I can control my. I can control my vehicle arm with it. Okay, that's weird. That doesn't seem to have connected properly. Bit of a glitch there. But I can control my vehicle arm with it. I can control all my vehicle lights with it. In Euro Truck, I can also do windscreen wipers and raise and lower my windows and all sorts of other stuff. Okay, let me just put that down and then try and pick it up again because I think it bugged out a bit there. Okay, so this is broken. This doesn't actually work properly. That's unfortunate. That's not a good sign. Because we kind of really need this tool. And it is under front loader tools. Hold on, let me just double check. It's under front loader tools. And this is the front loader that we've got. According to this, it should connect. Hey Jess, how you doing? Hi Spooky Satan, how are you doing as well? It should work. It shouldn't be a problem. And yet it... Oh, wait. It's connecting to my 3-point linkage. Ah, okay. Right, but we don't want it to connect to the 3-point linkage. We want it to connect to the front loader. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, you need to... So we had it set to 3-point attacher. We need it set to Euro and 3-point attacher so that we can also attach it to the front loader. Okay, no problem. There's a garage right there. We'll just get it changed over so that it can attach to the front loader. No problem. No big thing. Just pop it there. Just finished work. How are you feeling? I'm doing pretty good, Jess. I'm doing pretty good, thanks. As you know, always excited to be back in Farming Sim. And I'm looking forward to it. Now that we've figured out what the problem was with the sheep, I'm really looking forward to getting back into this map because... There we go, that's better. To be quite honest, I was getting quite annoyed about not being able to feed the sheep properly. Now I know that it was just this one tool that we needed, we're good to go really, and we can really start getting back into it with the sheep. We are going to have to buy some more sheep to make up for all the ones who have, you know, starved to death in the time that it took me to figure out that we needed this piece of equipment. Whoa, I just lost steering for a second there. Scary. My entire steering wheel just disconnected for a moment. Hopefully that won't happen again. But yeah, like I say, we'll buy some more sheep to make up for the ones that died. Now that we know that we need this this bale chopper, it'll obviously be a lot easier to make sure that they're properly fed in future, so we shouldn't lose any on that level again. And then I think we'll sleep. We're still in October, it's 4:30 in-game. I have got the timescale on 0.5 at the minute, just so that no more sheep die while we're getting this sorted. But we'll probably sleep after we've done this, and then in the morning I'm going to get to work on... I think we should probably start getting the fields ready for next year at this point. Obviously we can't plant anything at the minute, but we need to plough, we need to weed, we need to spread lime. Lots to be done. So I'm thinking, if this tool here can attach to the 3-point linkage and the front loader, could I, in theory, pick up a bale with the front loader and then drop it into this thing directly underneath if I attach this to the 3-point linkage? Because that would be kind of cool if I could do that. It'd save me swapping out tools every 5 minutes. Because otherwise we're going to be doing a lot of tool swapping. Okay, here we are. Here's the new yard, which we built in the last stream. Shame about the gate being really tiny, and also way down at this end. But we can't move that, unfortunately. We can't actually move any of this fence, as far as I'm aware. We'll leave it open for a second. Thanks for following, Kat. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, let's attach this onto the 3-point linkage. And then attach the bale spike to the front loader. Oh, hold on. They're going to get tangled up in each other, aren't they? Can we lower it? There we go, we'll lower that down. Okay, I've got a feeling this isn't going to work. Nope. No, it doesn't like that. It doesn't want me to do that. Okay. It was worth a shot. Oh, it's stuck now. I've made everything 10 times worse by trying to cheat it a little bit. Okay. Give me that. Disconnect that. There we go. Can we put this on the back? We got a 3-point linkage on the back. When you're buying a new wheel, when I can afford it. I'd like to look at getting a new wheel next year, because this wheel is quite old, as you know. Okay, I'm going to grab a bale from here. Which graphics card, says Katie? I have an RTX 2070, 8GB graphics card. That's something else I might be looking into upgrading in the new year as well. I've been thinking about upgrading to 12 gigabytes. Okay, I'm just going to pop this down. Afternoon, Peugeot, how are you doing? Get a 5070, you can get one for like 550 quid. Thanks for the recommendation, Katie. Okay, let's try and pick what. Oop. Lower. No. Lower. What? What's going on now? Lower. Thank you. I remember when gaming was fun and things weren't silly expensive because people now earn money gaming. I mean, I don't think people making money from gaming is the reason that games have become expensive. I feel like games would still be expensive even if streaming wasn't a thing, because everything's more expensive. You know, that's just inflation. Everything gets expensive eventually. Okay, I think it's probably causing a few conflicts having the front loader attached at the same time as this, so I'm just going to leave the front loader behind for a minute while we handle the bales here. I'm really not quite sure how this works. LT, it says LT and R. Yeah, but that's just raising and lowering it, right? Unfold round bale cutter. What's that? Okay, that does nothing. Oh, it does something. Hang on, if we look close down here at the front, it does something when we unfold it, but I'm not quite sure what. Somehow we are able to get a bale into here, but I'm just not sure how. Okay, this is... Oh, wait. What if I... Nope, that's not... Ah! We got it! We grabbed it! And it's just fallen out. I'm really not sure how this is supposed to work. It kind of just seems like it's just bouncing around and not really... There's got to be some way to, like, open the jaws of it. Like it's got... Unfold. See, pressing unfold just turns the little things at the front. But clearly there's got to be some way... I mean, you can see the hydraulics there. There's clearly got to be some way to pull those in to then lift the front part so that you could, like, basically opening the jaws on it. But it doesn't actually seem to let me do that. Ah, okay, there it is. So we can't do it with the... Ah, I was just about to say we can't do it with the side panel, but we can. You have to twist the stick to lift it up and down. There we go. We got it. We figured it. Hey Sol, how are you today? Yay, Farm Sim Friday. How are you doing, Matthew? Hey Shay, how are you as well? There we go. That's that. And then lift it up. Okay. We got a bale. It doesn't feel very stable. It doesn't feel like... It just feels like it's going to fall out. But we've got a bale. Let's go and try and feed it to the sheep. The other option, by the way, was to just cut to cut open all the bales manually, and then like use a shovel to carry over the loose hay. But I didn't like that idea. I thought it'd be a lot easier to get this thing, which is like basically a straw blower, but for hay bales. It's very cheap. It only costs like $5.5 grand, and you know, if it works, I'll get the hang of it. The main thing is it does its job, right? Chat, what game's he playing? I'm playing Farming Sim 25, two-door. It does say it on screen. And it also says the name of the map, which is, of course, Saxlingham in Norfolk. Great map. We just missed the fields, though. There we go. Nope, this is still not our field. They all the field entrances look the same. All the gates look the same. How many days or hours have you played this map? Well, this is our 4th episode, so about 9 hours so far. Okay, there we go. Now we just press RT and 4. That chops it up and drops it straight into the trough. Brilliant. Why are you ignoring me, says Tudor. I'm not ignoring you, Tudor. I literally just read out your question and answered it. What about the actual game? Probably 50, 60 hours, maybe. Which might not seem like a lot, to be honest. But I don't really play Farm Sim that much outside of streaming. Not that I don't enjoy it, but I like to save it for the streams, you know. Right, let's just check out the animal dialogue. Grass is at 3,500. We can fit, I think, maybe 2 more bales in. Or a little bit less than 2 more bales. We'll just bring over 1 more for now. Oh, also, it says... under the animal productions here, it says reproduction state is startable. So these sheep are now ready to breed. We don't have any rams at the minute because they all died. So we can't actually breed the sheep until we buy some rams. And we want to buy some more ewes anyway as well. We did originally have 48. We had 40 ewes and 8 rams originally. And we'll probably just get the same amount again. Okay, I'm going to get 1 more bale. Now this time it might be easier to put this on the rear linkage so that we can still have the front loader on the front linkage. Or, well, not on the front linkage, but on the front of the tractor. I think if you put them both on the front, it causes problems. But if we have this on the back and the loader on the front... Whoop. Okay, grab ourselves another bale. Get this one here. Up. And oh, what happened there? Oh, it's still it's still stuck because of this tension belt. Okay, try again. Why is that still not picked it up? Okay, let's use the third-person camera. There we go. Pop it down. And then all we have to do is spin around, now that we've got the loader on the rear linkage. Open it up. Stop opening that menu, please. Lower it down, spike it, and close it. There we go, I think that's in. Lovely job, thanks Matthew. Okay. The only problem now is the bale's behind us, so we can't keep an eye on it. I don't want it falling out the back and just getting lost in a hedge somewhere. We've lost too many bales to hedges. Are you farming in real life? I'm not, Franz, no. I've spent a lot of time on farms. I grew up. My granddad used to work on a farm. He used to take me to work with him on the weekends. But I'm not a farmer myself. I've never farmed myself. There we go. That's all it took. It took weeks to figure this out, by the way. It took actual weeks for us to figure out that this was the correct way to get bales into the sheep enclosure. But now that we know, we can actually keep our sheep alive. Why is that not shutting? There we go. If you had the money, would you ever upgrade to the T248, which is made for racing and farming sim? The T248 is actually the wheel that I'm planning on getting next. Probably next year at some point I'm going to be upgrading, but that is the wheel that I'm looking at, the Thrustmaster T248. Okay. Should we go and get some more sheep? Now that we know how to feed them, let's go and get ourselves a few more. I'm just going to drop this here. Why is that not? There we go. Okay, so originally we had 48 sheep, 40 ewes and 8 rams. The ratio that I've been told is you want 6 ewes per ram, or rather 1 ram per 6 ewes. So we need 6 times as many ewes as rams, basically. We've currently got 5 ewes. So if we were to get, say... I mean, really, 48 was close, but it wasn't quite right. If we want 1 ram per 6 ewes, then really we should have had 48 ewes and 8 rams, but we only had 40 ewes. What's the nearest multiple of 6? 40, 36. 36. If we get 36 ewes and 6 rams, perfect. So that'll be 44 sheep. No, 42 sheep total. That works for me. Or 8 if you want to save money, but 6 means a higher chance of fertility. Fair enough. I mean, we do need to save money, to be honest. We've only got 42 grand in the bank, but I need those sheep back. We wouldn't need to buy more sheep if the original ones that we bought didn't all die, you know? But that ship sailed. Hi, Taro Fox, how you doing? Welcome. How's your spider, says Chappers? He's doing good, he's doing good. He's developed a bit of a bald patch on his head, which I think is just age. But obviously he's got like a little black spot, like in the centre of his head, where the rest of his fur is orange. So I don't know if he's like balding because he's getting older, or if or maybe he's injured himself, like fallen on his head. But he doesn't seem to show any sign of injury, so yeah, I think he's just he is starting to get older. The thing is, male jumping spiders, or well, male spiders in general, they don't live as long as the females. I'm definitely not expecting him to live as long as Luna did. She lived for 11 months, and she was already fully grown when I got her. He wasn't fully grown when I got him. He's actually molted twice since I've had him, but he's definitely fully grown now. I honestly don't know how long he's got left. I don't want to speculate, because I don't like, you know, thinking about my pets dying. But, I don't know, maybe another 4 or 5 months? I don't know. I don't want to, like I say, I don't want to think about it, to be honest. Okay, Suffolk ewes. We need... So we got 1. We need to buy 35 more. And we are going to buy them 6 months old, because the other ones that we bought 3 months ago are now 6 months old. So they'll all be the same age, roughly, then. This can fit up to 12. So if we need 35, that's 4 trailers full, nearly. 3 trailers full and 1 almost full. Okay, there we go. How does that work, says Tudor? How does what work? Afternoon, Billy. How you doing? Hope you're keeping good. I am. I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for the flame hearts and roses, Dre Dog. Much appreciated. Highlands Fishing, says FH. No, we're on Saxlingham at the minute, FH. I'm aware that the Highlands Fishing DLC has just released, but this is only our 4th episode in this on this map. And I didn't want to abandon this map, because it's a really, really great map, and I'm really, really loving it so far. This is Saxlingham, if I didn't already mention that. But what I wanted to do is to make sure that this map gets a fair whack before we move on to Highland Fishing. I'm going to be playing this map until the end of the year, which in my case is going to be another 7 weeks until I take my Christmas break. So we're going to be playing this map for another 7 episodes, including this one, and then in the new year I'm going to move on to Kinlake, which is the map from Highland Fishing, which does look incredible. Very, very excited to get into it. Sorry I've not been on, I've been mega busy. No worries, Taro Fox, no worries. I get it. We've all got things, you know, bigger things to do sometimes. What's the thing to your left-hand side next to the shifter? This is a handbrake. It doesn't work for Farming Sim, unfortunately, but it works beautifully for Euro Truck. But very basic handbrake. That's off. That's on. Or it might be the other way around. I forget. As long as I don't forget while I'm playing the game, that's fine. Okay, open the gate. And of course the gate here is in a really awkward position, which means I have to shut the gate to be able to reverse to the sheep pasture, so we're going to be doing a lot of opening and closing this gate. Do you have the key switch for Farming Sim? I do, Jake. It's right here. You might not be able to see it very well on the stream, but it is right here on my desk. Okay, and open animal dialogue. Where's the option to open the animal dialogue, please? Why is it not giving me the option to open the animal dialogue? I'm here. I'm in the area. What? Okay. There's always something. It doesn't help that there's a hill here as well, so it's impossible to reverse up to the barn in a straight line without getting stuck on something. Why is it not opening the animal dialogue? But what? I don't understand. I'm here. I'm here. I'm in the area. Okay, I might have to just quickly terraform this bit of land here, because this is ridiculous. Why is it not giving me the option to open the animal dialogue? There, okay, there we go. Right. Move them in. Evening, Charlie, how are you doing? Okay, there we go. We've now got 17 Suffolk ewes. The ones we bought originally are 7 months old now. These ones are only 6 months, but it's close enough to not really matter. Just got to work. Nice one, Charlie. Are you from a woman or a man? I'm from both, actually. My mother was a woman, but my father was actually a man. If you mean was I originally a woman or a man? I was born male and I was raised as a boy, but I've been out for about 5 years now. How's your time been off, says Charlie. It's been good, it's been good. I had a nice nice break over the Halloween week. Spent time with my nephew and my sister. Glad to be back, though. Glad to be back. I don't like to be away for too long. I do miss this when I'm not doing it. Thanks for following that kid, AMC. Put the Buchner on, says Joe Rob. I don't have one of those, unfortunately, Joe Rob. We got a Claas and a New Holland, that's it. I've just realised I'm driving with my fork sticking straight ahead of me, by the way, which is not very safe, so I'm going to just fix that. There we go. Much safer. You watched Monster yet? No, Charlie. I've not even heard of it. What is it? A film? A TV series? Beacon on? I can't put the beacon on in this tractor, Joe Rob. I'm sorry to say. The beacon on this tractor, it has a very sporadic flashing pattern. I don't want to give anybody an epileptic fit, so I'll put it on later when we're driving a tractor with a spinning light. No, not cows, sheep. Okay, Suffolk U again. Another trailer full. On your setup, up. Yeah, this one here, the real beacon here, same thing. It matches the beacon in the game. So whatever pattern the in-game beacon has, that's what this will copy. So again, if it's a simple spinning beacon, that's fine. But the ones that like flash really quickly, like I said, I don't want to risk, you know, any epilepsy sufferers who might be watching. It's a Netflix series. Ah, okay. What's it about? Don't just say monsters. What's the handbrake for? The handbrake doesn't actually work with Farming Sim. This is for Euro Truck Simulator, which I play on Tuesdays. It's about a murderer that likes dressing in ladies' skin. Oh, lovely. Creepy. I love a good horror, though. I have like a normal car wheel. Should I switch to a tractor one? Well, it depends what games you play. That kid AMC. If you play a lot of simulator games, I would go for a heavy duty wheel if you do play a lot of Euro Truck, Farming Sim, you know, OMSI, SnowRunner, anything like that. If you play a lot of racing games, then obviously a racing wheel is going to be a better choice. But I don't play many racing games, so a heavy duty wheel just makes more sense for me. Okay, another 12 in. And that gives us 29 total. So if we need 36, we need 7 more U's. 7 U's and 6 Rams, which unfortunately is more than we can fit into a single trailer, because we can only fit 12 in. Which means we're gonna have to bring a single Ram in his own trailer. Okay, we're a bit too close to the gate there. If I mainly play racing, but I want to play this as well, do I buy another wheel or just keep my current? If you have a racing wheel, that's fine. It will work for Farming Sim. The biggest downside is that racing wheels don't usually have thumbsticks, and thumbsticks are quite important for games like Farming Sim because you have to do a lot of looking around. But you can play Farming Sim with a racing wheel. Like I say, it's just a little bit difficult, a little bit more difficult to do things like looking around. But if you've got a keyboard and mouse as well, you can just use your mouse to look around. So it's not like the end of the world. Hey Chester, how you doing? Use my controller for looking around. Yeah, that's fair enough. As long as you've got something else that you can look around with, then a racing wheel will be fine. I love every day you're streaming, Farm Sim Friday especially. Thanks, Chester. Yeah, Farming Sim definitely is my most popular series. It's a bit quieter today, but then again, all of my streams have been a bit quieter lately. For reasons which continue to elude me. I don't know. I just noticed that I play for 20 minutes or more, then I get bored. Yeah, that can happen. I think with Farming Sim, you have to have something to do, you know. It can get to the point where you're just kind of driving around doing nothing. Especially when you first start and you don't really own much land and stuff like that. It can take a while to properly get into the swing of things, but once you're up and running, as long as you've always got something to be doing, then it's not so boring. Do you think there'll be a Farming Sim 26? They might do a mobile game, Draydog. I've not heard anything about it. The next mainline game probably won't be until 28 though, because at the minute they do a game every 3 years. But like I say, they normally do a mobile game in between, so that will be like either this year or next year, in theory. Okay, Suffolk use 7. So we got 29 plus another 7. That makes 36, and then we need 6 rams. But we can only fit 5 rams in the trailer, so we're going to have to come back for that last ram. I mainly just like use in-game mods and just make massive farms with all different vehicles, then I just get to the point where I leave and play something else. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I don't like doing that, to be honest. I don't like just going straight for the big equipment, because it does get boring really quickly. I feel it's a lot more fun if you have to kind of earn it and get to that point, you know, naturally. It's like with games like Minecraft and stuff like that. Whenever I play on a multiplayer server and my friends are just like, within the first hour of playing, they've already set up an automatic mob farm and they've got like 600 levels of XP and like full netherite armor. I'm like, well, you've done all that in the first hour. What are you going to do now? You're just going to sit there and have nothing to do for the rest of the game. I like to take things slow and progress naturally. I'm not a big fan of, like, I don't want to call it cheating, because it is an intended part of the gameplay, you know, but I just don't enjoy, you know, take out a huge load and buy the biggest tractor you can. What do you do then? You just sit in your big tractor and do nothing? I don't get it. That's not my play style. Like I say, I like to feel like I've earned it. Anyway, we're nearly done with the sheep now. I've missed the gate again. I think I've missed this every single time so far today. Okay. So we got to take one more trip after this just to get that last ram. But it's nice to see... Can you give birth, says Big Chungus. Strange request, Big Chungus. Not on command, no, not right now. You kind of have to be pregnant to be able to give birth, and I'm not pregnant. Okay, so we now have 36 U's and 5 Rams, 1 more Ram, and then... there we go. Are you looking for a partner, says Big Chungus? One that can make me pregnant? That would be a truly, truly special person. Because I'm pretty sure it's not possible. Science hasn't advanced that far yet. Yet. Emphasis on the yet. It's coming. Collecting the VIP RAM, says Charlie. Yeah, we're going back for our VIP now. This gate is so awkward to reverse out of. There we go. Okay, one last trip. You bad at reversing? You think I'm bad at reversing? Wait till you see me driving forwards. I'm bad at everything, equally. Which is why I don't drive in real life. I've got what it takes, says Big Chungus. I'm sure you have, Big Chungus. I'm okay though, thank you. Thank you for the kind offer. When you're free? No, I'm fine, thank you, Big Chungus. Honestly, do you go on to many live streams and offer to impregnate the host? You just turn up on random people's live streams and be like, "Hey, can I make you pregnant?" Because I think that's a bit strange. I think that's a bit of a strange thing to do. What the fuck, lol? He said it, not me. He offered, and I turned him down. I don't want impregnated. What has the world come to? I know. You can't even just play farming sim anymore without people asking if they can impregnate you. What a wild world we live in. I mean, I'm literally just here trying to play farming sim, and then someone turns up and says, "Can you get pregnant?" What a wild thing to just say like that, completely unprompted. But I call it out, and I'm the weird one, apparently. I think I joined at the wrong time, says Chipsky. There's never a right time to join one of my live streams, because I'm always responding to a question like this. No, I'm talking about you choice your gender, lad. What's wrong with my choice of gender? To be fair, you do it well. Thanks, Chimsky. I try. Look at our VIP, by the way. Is your dad proud, or was he not around? My dad's incredibly proud, Scott. Thank you for asking. My dad has always been one of my biggest supporters. All three of my parents have been incredibly supportive. My mum, dad, and stepmum. have always been very present. My stepmom was the first I came out to, actually. But then I came out to my mum and dad. But yeah, my dad's very supportive. As he is of all his children. And as indeed are the rest of the family, actually. That's crazy, says Scott. I don't think it's that crazy. A parent loving their child, I think that's quite normal, actually. Do your parents not love you? I mean, it seems like a standard thing for a parent to do is love their kid, you know? Okay, I tried to do a U-turn in here, but there is not enough room. I'm just going to drive through the hedge. We've wasted enough time moving these sheep. I'm just driving through the hedge. Sue me. Thanks for following, Matthew Kameen. How are you doing? My dad would disown me if I decided to dress up as a chica. I'm sorry to hear that, Scott. Thanks for following, John Deere Fenn. Are you attracted to men or women? Yes, I am. Do you have to pay for Highland Fishing DLC? You do, Horse Lover, yes. I think it's £25, I want to say. I haven't bought it yet, but I think it's 25 quid. I'd imagine it's 25. Please find Jesus and repent, says Scott. I'm good, thanks. I don't really understand why I'd repent to someone that I don't believe exists. No hate. If there's any Christians out there watching right now, you're entitled to your religious beliefs, and I'm entitled to mine. And I just don't think that if I don't believe that Jesus exists, then why would I be praying for his forgiveness or whatever, you know? Kind of sounds like the thing that you'd do if you actually believed in that person, which I don't. I didn't know Jesus was in Farming Sim, says Pappy Chuckle. Well, Jesus is in all things, Pappy Chuckle. You know, God is omnipresent. He's in all of us. He's deep within our souls. Have you had the chop, says Scott. Okay, there we go. The religious dogma wasn't working. We're going straight for the kill. Have I had the chop? No, I haven't. Not at all. And I don't plan to, actually. I'm quite happy with what I've got, if we're being honest. Okay, I'm going to go sleep right now. And then in the morning... Oh, one thing. I should check the... Okay. BBC lover. Now, which sense... In which sense do you mean BBC? Because to British people, BBC has two meanings, right? One of which being the British Broadcasting Corporation, which I'm not a big fan of. generally speaking. If we're talking about the other kind, no comment. Anyway, I'm going to go to sleep. We'll put the timescale back up now as well to... we'll go 10 times. Do you drink alcohol, says Scott? I do, Scott, yes. I'm not a big drinker, but I'm no stranger to drink. My drink of choice is usually cider, which I got into cider when I was at university, because I went to university in Somerset, which obviously very big cider drinking part of the country. So when I do drink, I usually drink cider, but I don't really drink very often, like just special occasions, really. What map is this? This is called Saxlingham, Peugeot. It's based on a real village in Norfolk. Great map, really, really detailed. How old are you? I'm 26, Big Chungus. Okay, none of the sheep have died in the night this time, so we've done something right. Hello, hello, good morning. It's a bit early for him, maybe. It's only 6 o'clock. Does this game just go on as in no end? Yeah, there's no end to the game. You just play it until you've had enough, really. It's not got like a campaign or anything like that. Okay, so what we want to do today is we've got 4 fields that we want to prepare for next year. We got field 2 and 3, which are absolutely huge, and then we got 7 and 19, which are a bit more reasonably sized. They all need to be ploughed. Now, are we going to do that with a plough, or are we going to use a subsoiler? Because subsoilers are a lot cheaper, they require a lot less horsepower than ploughs. And also I don't get on very well with ploughs. They're very difficult to work with. I've never really gotten on with them, to be honest. I think subsoilers might be a better option. What's the biggest subsoiler? Okay, the biggest subsoiler is only 5 meters, actually. That's a bit pathetic, because the biggest plough is 6 meters. And I'm sure we could get even bigger ploughs on the mod hub. How often do you plough the field, says Peugeot? I think it's like every 3 harvests you need to plough. You don't have to do it after every single harvest. You do have to do it after certain crops. Like if you do any root crops, potatoes or carrots or anything like that, then you have to do it immediately after. But for arable crops, grain crops, wheat, barley, oats, I think it's like once every 3 years or so. How much money do you have? At the minute, we've only got 26 grand, Milo, so we can't actually afford any of these. Well, we can afford maybe the cheapest ones here. How realistic is this game, says Scott B. It's fairly realistic. It's not really a true simulator. It's more of an arcade game. It's not like one of those ultra detailed, ultra realistic experiences, but it's fairly faithful, you know. It's okay. I wish I was home to go on Farming Sim. Whereabouts are you at the minute, Peugeot? Have you heard of the government subsidy mod? I have, Milo. I don't like to cheat money in, though. I know you can get a government subsidy sign that only gives you like 100 an hour or something, But even so, I'm not a big fan of doing that. I'm on a ferry to Calais, then to Corsica. Nice one, Peugeot. Have a good trip. Okay, I'm going back into the shop again. I'm thinking we'll go for a plough. But we can't afford to buy a plough. We're going to have to lease it. Thanks for following, Milo. It's only going to cost 3,500, well, 3,800 to lease the big Cavernaland plough, which is not bad. The problem is we also need a 360 horsepower tractor to go with it, and we only have... well, I don't know how powerful our current tractors are, but they're definitely not 360. I think we need to go for something a little bit bigger. How long you been streaming, says Scott B? Just today, we've been live for about an hour. I found ploughing hard, says Milo. Yeah, it's not my favourite job. I don't really enjoy it, to be honest. Oh, this would be a good opportunity for us to try some of the tractors from the Plains and Prairies mod, because we haven't used any of these yet. Maybe we'll like take the Ford 1156 Versatile for a spin. Look at this absolute beast of a machine. This one is only going to cost 8,000 to rent as well. So if we rented this and then the big Cavernaland plough, thanks for following, by the way. Noju Z, how are you? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We'll hire this, and then we'll hire the Cavernalands. Yes, you can rent tractors, Scott, sorry. And I think we've also got the lease to buy mod, which means that you can, like, after you've leased them for a while, you can then buy. Like, you can just pay off the remaining price to keep it. Okay, whoa, this is a beast. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward the clock just a little bit so that it can get a bit lighter, because it's I want to see it properly, you know. I want to see it in all its glory. Thanks for following, Dunsinka Pujabi. How are you doing? Sorry for all the questions. No worries, Scott. No worries. Questions welcome. You know, feel free. How long have you been playing on this world, says Milo. This is our 4th episode. So about 9 or 10 hours of gameplay so far on this map. Thanks for following, official TR baby. How are you doing? Okay, come on. I just need it to get a little bit lighter. We are in November, so it's not going to get light until like 9 o'clock-ish. Look at this machine, though. What an absolute beaut this Ford is. And the Cavernaland's great as well. What a great machine. I'm good, thank you. Nice one, official TR baby. Glad to hear it. Okay, now we got to turn the clock back down, which we can only do from this menu for some reason. Started off quite rude, and I'm sorry for that. That's okay, Scott. That's okay. I'm used to rude people, to be honest. But you know, not every person is willing to change their attitudes. So I appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you for following. How much was the rig setup? My simulation setup was about £400. The steering wheel and side panel were £230. It's the Logitech G heavy equipment wheel. The gear shifter here was £70. This is the Thrustmaster THAS. The handbrake was £30. The ignition lock was from the collector's edition of FS25, which was £60. And the beacon light here was from the collector's edition of FS22, which I got on Facebook Marketplace for a £5. So all the simulation gear, about 400. Oh, we didn't connect the trailer. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Please tell me that this is going to connect. Please tell me that this can connect. Before crowbars were made, crows used to just drink at home. That's a good one, Athena. I like that. Okay. Problem, everybody. This doesn't actually fit onto here. This doesn't connect. Wait. The good news is, though, it's only a rental, so we can just rent the right one. Is it a 3-point linkage? Because this thing doesn't have a 3-point linkage. And this, you know, I'm seeing 3 points. Okay, we need something that's got a 3-point linkage then. Or we need a plough that doesn't have a 3-point linkage. But I don't think we can get a plough that's just, like, a regular drawbar. I think there's only 3-point linkage ones. Okay. Looking into tractors again. Okay, no 3-point linkage on that one either. No, not on that one. Does Big Roy have a 3-point linkage? Big Roy does not. None of these machines have a 3-point linkage. Not even none of them. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. So we need something with 340 horsepower at least, and it has to have 3-point linkage. What's 3-point? 3-point means that it connects in 3 places. So you can see here, there's 2 connections on either side, and then 1 in the center. Most modern tractors have them, but this one doesn't. It just has like a simple tow bar, so we can't actually connect this plough to this tractor. So yeah, we need something that's got a 3-point linkage and 340 horsepower at least. How you doing? How you doing, Lloyd? Welcome. Good to see you. Okay, let's... Oh, use an adapter, says Jamie. That's a very good point. Do we have an adapter? If we did, it would be under miscellaneous, right? Let's go all the way down to MISC. There we go. And... It doesn't look like we have one, but... we can probably find one in the mod hub. There's got to be at least a couple. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to quickly head to the main menu and we'll quickly pop into the mod hub and see if we can find a 3-point linkage adapter that then we can connect the trailer, or the plough, rather. In your opinion, FS22 or 25? I prefer 25. Thanks for following, LJ. I prefer 25. I've always felt that Farming Sim just gets better with each iteration. I know that some people like, oh, 19's my favourite, 17's my favourite. For me personally, I really do think that it just gets better with each game. Okay, where are we looking? Miscellaneous, there we go. Thanks for following, David. Okay, now. It's probably going to be easier if we search, right? Let's search adapter. There we go, lizard adapter. With this adapter you can connect all kinds of machines with 3-point connection to the front loader. Okay, that's not what we want. 3-point adapter for skid steer attachments. I think that'll work. Let's get this one. Let's try this. Sir, like you've ever been on a farm in real life, says Caden. I have been on many farms, actually, Caden. My granddad used to work on a farm, and when I was younger, he used to take me to work with him on the weekends. Pretty much every Saturday, from the ages of like 8 to 16, I spent with my granddad on the farm. So I've never actually worked on a farm, but I've spent a lot of time on them. When I finished secondary school, I did consider going to agricultural college. I ended up going to university instead, and I studied game design, which a very, very different career path. You know, I could have been a farmer or a game developer, and I went game developer. But yeah, I've always been interested in farming, even though I didn't end up pursuing it as a career. It is always something that I've had an interest in. Okay, down to Misk. Let's buy this new thing. Okay, there we go. It's very simple. Is this actually going to work? I'm a bit skeptical of this, to be honest. Why didn't you do agriculture? Did you lose interest? I didn't really lose interest. It's just, you know, I like video games more. Like I say, I very easily could have gone that way, but I decided I wanted to do university instead, and I wanted to do game design. Okay, this is not the right tool, is it? This is absolutely not the right tool for this. It does say 3-point skid steer tools, so no, it's not the right thing at all, actually. Okay, let's try again. There's got to be something, though. There's got to be... Someone must have made a 3-point linkage adapter. Hold on. 3-point headstock adapter. Converts your telehandler, no. Skid steer hitch adapter, no. Lizard adapter, no. We know that one doesn't work. Okay, what if I search 3-point? Nope. That just gives us boxes. Okay, let me look under Misk again. I'm just going to have to scroll through manually and see if we can spot anything. Because search doesn't appear to be giving us anything useful. Uni HYD, what's this? It could be this, actually. The Unihide, short for Universal Hydraulics, was developed to provide tractors, forage harvesters, telehandlers, and wheel loaders that only have a trailer hitch with hydraulics for a wider range of tasks. Okay. That sounds like it adds a 3-point linkage to a trailer hitch, which is exactly what we want. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, we can try it. While we're here, I'll keep looking just in case there's anything else that might be of interest. What's the best crop to harvest in Farming Sim? I honestly don't know, McDade. I don't really know which crops are best. I know that the best money in the whole game is silage. But I don't really enjoy doing silage. It's not very... I find it a bit boring, to be perfectly honest. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this works. Unihide. That'll be way down at the bottom, won't it? There we go. Okay. Here we go. That won't work, says Jamie. Okay, thanks for telling me, Jamie. Does this not work either then? So what does? There has to be something. Someone must have made a mod that gives you a 3-point linkage adapter. There's no way... There's no way that doesn't exist at all in any mod. Are you on PC? I am, Rangers, yeah. It's a red mod called 3-point link. It has 2 wheels. Okay, I will go back to the main menu and have one last look. But we've already, this is the 3rd time we've done this now, so we're not going back to the main menu after this. Okay, 3-point nothing. There's nothing here called 3-point anything. We can look under MISC again, although I have already looked through that once and couldn't find anything. Oh, there's a trailed lifter. I guess that does more or less the same thing, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll get that. Perfect. We'll keep the Unihide. We might be able to use it for something. Look up websites, and sometimes you can download mods from websites, not the game. I'm not a big fan of third-party mods, Rangers. Obviously, this map is a third-party mod. I downloaded this from itch.io before it was released on the Mod Hub. But I try to avoid getting third-party mods for this game if I can. Just because most of the stuff that I need is on the Mod Hub anyway. Occasionally there are some things that you can't get on the Mod Hub, like in FS22. I got the Cat 65C Challenger. I got that from King Mods because it wasn't on the Mod Hub. But like I say, generally speaking, I try to stick to just the Mod Hub because it saves looking around all the various different websites for stuff, you know. Okay, miscellaneous. Trail lifter. There we go, that's what we need. Okay, let's finally get to work then. Trans, I support. Thank you, Toxic. Thank you very much. Okay, the only thing is, though, once we've attached this, we cannot reverse this thing. It's going to be hard enough to reverse it with just this on the back. Once we got the plough attached as well, we cannot go backwards under any circumstances, because it's just going to be so unbelievably difficult to maneuver. There we go. Forwards only from this point forwards. Look at the size of it as well. Damn. It's big. Let's get it to work, shall we? Can't you get the AI worker to do it so it's less hassle? We could do, yeah. I don't know if I trust the AI worker with a rig this big. I think maybe we'll do the headland. Normally I do the headlands myself and then get an AI worker on it, so we'll probably do the same thing here. Oh wow, this thing's slow as well. It only has a top speed of 15. Not being rude, you don't need that tractor for that plough, says who? I know we don't. I know we don't. I just wanted to try it because we haven't actually driven any of the We haven't driven any of the tractors from the Plains and Prairies DLC yet, so I just wanted an excuse to give it a go. How big's the farm you have, says Scott? I'll show you, actually, Scott. Let me just pull over into this lay-by. I think we're holding up a lot of traffic anyway. You're going to see, like, 8 cars come speeding past right now. Or maybe just one. If we look on the map, we currently own fields 2 and 3 here, as well as 7 and 19. That's where the actual farm is. And we got a bit of land in the middle of the map as well. If we go to farmland, it shows you what we own. There we go. So we own this land here. We own these 2 fields here. These 2 over here. One of those is the sheep field, and one we've turned into a yard. And we do also own this industrial area, which is currently... We've got a grain mill and a bakery here. I want to fit a cereal factory in here as well, because I really want to do cereal at some point. It's a really, really good production to make a... You can make quite a bit of money from cereal. We got a load of bread that's ready to sell, by the way. But yeah, we own this plot of land as well. Is it an old model tractor, or is it a new model that was designed to look old, says Draydog? I think this is a newer tractor. I'll double check. Oh, it doesn't have a year on it. I think these are newer ones. They've just got a more classic styling to them. Giant Software don't really tend to add older equipment in. There'll normally be a couple of pieces. Okay, why have you done that? There'll normally be a couple of pieces, but they tend to only stick new stuff in because, let's be honest, at this point, Farming Sim is essentially just a place for tractor manufacturers to advertise their tractors. So every time a new Farming Sim comes out, it's just free advertising for whichever companies happen to have their vehicles in the game, right? Which is why they tend not to bother with like vintage equipment and stuff. They tend to just put... Right, why are you there? They tend to just put new stuff in. Thanks for showing me this. I'm 100% buying it tonight. Nice one, Scott. You'll have a great time. Honestly, Farming Sim is just such a fun game. I feel like it has this perception. It has this reputation. It's perceived as being a boring game by quite a lot of people. But ask anyone who plays it, you know, and they'll tell you that it's really not. It's a popular game for a reason, you know. It is a really popular game, actually. Okay. I did say that I wasn't going to go backwards with this thing because it's really difficult to maneuver it backwards. Here we go. I avoid driving on the road on Farming Sim. I get road rage. I feel that, Draydog. I do. It wants me to do 6 headlands. Seems excessive. It won't let me do less than 6. Okay, I guess we're doing headlands. We're doing 6 headlands then. Okay, why are we not moving? Because I had it set to AI worker, not steering assist. There we go, we can go lower than 6. Let's do 4. I feel like because the plough isn't very wide, but it is very long, we do need to make sure we got plenty of space for turning round and stuff like that. Let's do 5 actually. Let's do 5. No field course detected. I mean, we're in the field right now. What do you mean? There we go. And we're off. Okay. This is going to be a slow job. This is going to be an incredibly slow job. Which is why we're only doing the headlands, and then we're going to let an AI worker do the rest of it. Okay, this is a good opportunity for some small talk. So, how's everyone been? What's everyone been up to? What's your weekend plans? For me personally, nothing. I'm probably going to do some work on my my route upgrade for Train Sim that I'm working on. The Durham coastline. If you've seen my previous Train Sim streams, probably going to do some more work on that over the weekend. Sorry. But I'm not streaming again till Monday, so pretty much just a chill weekend, to be honest. Working right now. Oh, sorry, Charlie. But, you know, gotta be done. I was doing nothing, but now I'll be playing this over the weekend. Nice one, Scott. Get a bigger plough, says Shawnee, but this is literally the biggest plough, Shawnee boy. At least in the base game. I mean, I could look around on the mod hub for some mods, but this is the single biggest plough that you can buy in the game, unless you use mods. So, get a bigger tractor. What, are you not seeing this tractor? Are you not? There isn't one. Well, I mean, I could get a big bud, but that'd be a waste of money, to be honest. Oh, we're going to end up missing the corners as well, because this plough is so difficult to maneuver, but I don't care. I don't care, honestly. We'll deal with it. We'll live with it. Jumping on the PlayStation later. Nice one, Charlie. What are you playing? You can flip the plough, that's what you meant to do. Yeah, that's true. Good point. One with more horsepower. This has 470 horsepower, and the plough only needs 360. Like, the horsepower is not the problem. This tractor just doesn't have a very high top speed. How was Horror Wednesday? It was great, Draydog. I absolutely loved it. Loved Soma. Great game. Really enjoying it so far. The stream was great as well. Some great conversation. Some great people came along. I had a really good time, honestly. Looking forward to the next one. Okay, it is definitely struggling on the hills. It's not a very steep hill either, so not great. Maybe we will switch the tractor actually, because this is definitely struggling. Although we could try and there we go. If we shift down a little bit, we get a bit more speed. I guess it makes sense to stay in a lower gear while you're ploughing. I think either second or third is best. We'll go for third. Is this a Ford? It is, BPL. This is the Ford 1156 Versatile. Great tractor so far. I'm liking it. Queer, says Yoan. Yes, I am queer. Personally, I'd only spell it with 2 E's, not 3, but yeah. It always amuses me when people use the word queer as an insult. Like, you do know that that's been reclaimed, and like the vast majority of queer people no longer consider that an insult in any way, and most queer people will happily call themselves queer. So calling me queer really is completely meaningless to me. That's not insulting, that's just what I am. Fantastic in real life, says the one and only BPL. I'm a big Ford fan. I've always been a big fan of Ford. That's just not how you plough, says Issakrich. Well, I don't work on a farm, so I wouldn't know. Believe it or not, a lot of people who play Farming Sim have never farmed a day in their lives. He knows how to plough, lads, says Yoan. Good one, Yoan. To be fair, I was wondering who was going to be the first person to make a ploughing joke. So thank you. What are you, says Luke Quinn. What do you think I am, Luke? I mean, it doesn't really matter how I answer that question, because usually when people ask me that question, they already have an answer in their head, so I'm just not going to answer it. You tell me what you think I am. Are you a farmer in real life, says Zotya? I'm not, Zotya, no. I grew up on farms. I spent a lot of time on farms as a kid. My granddad worked on a farm. He used to take me to work with him. But I'm not a farmer myself. Hello, Truck Spotter Ericsson on YouTube. How are you doing? Oh, it's so difficult to maneuver this thing as well. Although that was pretty clean, I have to say. You are you, and most importantly, you are human. Thank you, BPL. Very true, very true. We should all do well to remember that. You know, at the end of the day, we're all just people. We might have our personal disagreements. We're all born the same, we all die the same. We're all ending up in a box in the ground one day, so might as well enjoy myself while I'm here, you know? I'm off, have a good weekend. See you later, Scott. Thank you for joining. Oh, I think we're stuck in a rut. Come on. We're all born with one gender, not two. Okay, Kellis, I have one gender, not two. So not sure what you're getting at there. You missed a bit, Saul. Yeah, sorry, Warren. I've missed quite a bit on the corners. Got a maths exam. Very nervous on Monday. Good luck, Husinator. Good luck. Let's try a bit of cab view. Oh, that's quite a glare coming off the bonnet there. Gender's not important. We all bleed and breathe and go the same way. Exactly. Exactly, BPL. That's the thing. Not to be too morbid about it, but one day I'm gonna be dead, and one day everyone watching this stream is gonna be dead. I just don't see the point in wasting my life, you know, deliberately making myself miserable just to please other people. I'm going to do what makes me happy. It doesn't hurt anyone. So why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? I'm not going to apologise for living a way that makes me feel happy and that makes me feel comfortable and that isn't harming anybody in any way. Why are you playing Headlands first, says Kens? Because I wanted to, Kens. I know in real life you're supposed to do the Headlands last when it comes to ploughing, because then if you don't, you end up driving the tractor over the bit that you've already ploughed and making a mess of things. But in Farming Sim it doesn't really make any difference, you know, it doesn't actually have any, like, negative effect on the field or anything like that, so... Okay, I'm going to try and do a... Oh, we're turning this direction. Hasn't gone very well. That's going to swing right out into the middle of the road. There it goes. Lovely. Luckily there's no cars about. Okay, I'm going to turn the plough. Maybe turning the plough at this point would be a good idea. Lift it. Rotate it. There we go. I could have just done that the whole time, to be honest. Could have done that right from the very start and saved myself a lot of hassle, but... Okay, why is that... Why is it only turning the back half now? I want the... There we go. Okay. Ploughing the interstate. Yeah. Right, I think this is our fourth... Oh, no, is this the third or fourth headland? I think... Because I said I was going to do 4. We'll do this last one, and then we'll get an AI worker to do the rest, because I'm not going to spend the rest of the stream doing this. We'll be here all day. I turned my ploughing off, was too much hassle, says Warren James. I like having it on, to be honest. I don't usually use an actual plough, to be honest. I normally use a subsoiler instead, which I find a lot easier to handle and a lot less stressful. But I thought this time, why not? You know, why not give it a go with a regular plough? I think we'll just use a subsoiler next time, though. Oh, we're gonna... Oh, dear. Jackknife. Jackknife. Quick. Back it up. Let's try that again. There we go. You missed a spot? I did miss a spot, Google Earth dude, yes. I like that the lines are uneven, by the way. I didn't notice that before. But they're not just like perfectly dead straight textures like they were in FS22. That adds a bit more realism, which I appreciate. Do you have crop destruction on? We do, Warren, yes. Bring back bullying, says KB. I got news for you, KB. Bullying doesn't stop people being trans. You can't, like, bully the transness out of someone. Okay, we missed another big bit there. Yeah, you see what I mean here, though? Even the, even here, where the rows are perfectly straight, the texture itself has a bit of variety in it, which I do appreciate. Like, in FS22, it just kind of looked like a perfectly flat texture with dead straight lines on it. It does look a lot more realistic. I think one thing this game really does improve over FS22 is the textures. Which is wild, because every time a new farming sim comes out, there's always people like, oh, this just looks exactly the same. They haven't even improved the graphics. Like, they have. They have improved the graphics. Look at the textures. They're so much better. They have been improved. Is FS25 worth it? I think it is, Ethan. Yes. I think FS25 is definitely worth the upgrade if you're an FS22 player. There's so many small improvements, you know, there's so many little changes that add up to an overall better experience, in my opinion. You know, there's the ground deformation, there's the GPS steering, the guidance steering. Obviously, there's better textures and graphics and stuff like that. There's the volumetric fog and stuff, better lighting. And then obviously there's more crops, more animals, more production chains. Like I say, I just think it's all round a better experience. And I don't think there's like one single thing that you can point to and be like, this is the one change that makes this game completely different from FS22. I think whenever a new farming sim comes out, people are usually looking for that kind of change, but you know, you can't reinvent the wheel every single time a new game comes out, you know? There's not... I honestly can't really think of any big changes that the game still needs at this point. I think everything that it needs is kind of already there. So like I say, I know people are always like, you know, is there one, like, massive single change that makes this a better game? No. But there's lots of smaller changes that improve the overall experience, right? That's my thoughts on it, anyway. FS25 is really good. I agree, David. I agree. I really do enjoy FS25. I'm loving it so far. Turning the plough this way, by the way, was a very sensible idea. It actually is a lot easier to do right-hand turns when the plough is facing this way. So we'll keep it this way round for the rest of the field, I think. I did say I was only going to do one more headland, but I think we need to do one more so that there's room for the AI worker to turn around at the ends. What settings do you have for your control panel to work, says Finley Jackson. It's pretty much just plug and play, Finley, for Farming Sim. I haven't changed any of the controls or remapped anything. I mean, it is designed for Farming Sim, right? So it makes sense that it'd be plug and play. Now, this looks like a chilling game. It is, Nico. What a relaxing experience. You know, the thing is, for me, I've always... my interest in games has always been for relaxation, you know. For me, a good game is one that you can just sit back, you can kind of switch off and just enjoy it, you know, and just chill out. So games like this, you know, simulator games, Farming Sim, Euro Truck, all those kind of games really, really do it for me. You know, those are the kind of games that I really love. The plough's the wrong way round, says Max Farish. I mean, we tried doing it with the plough the other way round, and it was almost impossible to turn corners with it. So I'm going to say this is the right way round for this field. Okay, it's gotten a little bit stuck in a rut there. This is why you're not supposed to do the headlands first when it comes to ploughing, by the way, because the wheels will just get stuck in the previous rows that you've made. The plough's the wrong way around. Again, Jaden, it's not the wrong way around. Like, there is no wrong way around for a plough to be. The reason I have it this way round is so that I can do right-hand turns at the end when I get to the end of the field. Like this. Although I did turn a bit too sharply there, and I think we jackknifed. How much does the game cost, and is it hard? I think it costs about £30. It's not really a difficult game. You don't turn with the plough in the ground? Well, I didn't turn with the plough in the ground, Archie. I lifted it up before I turned. There is a wrong way, apparently. So, okay, here's the thing, though. If I lift this plough up, watch this, everyone, watch very carefully. If I press this button here, watch what happens. The plough flips over to the other side. Now, if there was a wrong way to have the plough, why would it turn round? Why would they even make it be rotatable if it was only supposed to be used in a specific orientation? It seems like the reason that you can flip it over is so that you can choose which way around to have it. Thanks for following Bertie Boys on Twitch. How are you doing? Thanks for following Agri-Farmer Coles. Such a cool setup. Thank you, Bertie Boys. Thanks very much. Bro doesn't know how to use a plough. I mean, the field is being ploughed. Like, I'm driving over the field, and the space behind the tractor is becoming ploughed. So the plough is working, and it is ploughing the field. So at the end of the day, does it really matter how I'm doing it? At the end of the day, it is just a video game. And as long as the field gets ploughed, does it really matter how it's done? Because you always plough with tractor in the furrow, it's a reversible, so you plough into what you E. Okay. Sure. Doesn't really matter anyway, because we've finished the headlands now, and I'm going to get an AI worker to do the rest of the field for us. Okay, line it up. AI worker. Start with up and down. Don't work the headlands. Okay, he's not moving. Oh, now he's moving. Okay. Right. I'm just going to leave him to it. I'm going to trust him. Trust him to do his job. In the meantime, we could get to work on field 7 and 19 here, because these need to be done as well. These are a lot smaller, though, so we don't really need a plough on these. I think we could just use a subsoiler. And I find subsoilers a lot easier anyway. I don't... Ploughs don't agree with me. I mean, if I was any good at ploughing, then I wouldn't have people in my comment section complaining about how bad I am at ploughing, you know. So I think the easiest option is just to not plough at all, and we'll get a subsoiler instead, because they're way easier. Ooh, nearly. Should have looked where I was going before I pulled out there. Is the map free, says George on Honda? Yes, the map's called Saxlingham, it is free, and I believe it's crossplay as well. I could be wrong on the crossplay though. Okay, here it is, the combi plough, 3 meter. We could have modified it to 4 meters actually. Don't know why I didn't do that. In fact, while we're here, we may as well. Customize. Oh, we can't customize because it's a rental, isn't it? Okay. So we're going to have to return it and then lease the bigger one. There we go. I mean, it only costs like £600 to lease, so we're not really losing out on too much. Okay, and off we go. So while the AI worker's doing field 3, we'll get on with field 7 and 19. Nope, being overtaken. Lovely. Hi, Chair. How are you doing? Good. Glad to hear it. Okay, field 7. Here we are. Now, this field's a weird shape, as we know. It's got this little little nubbins here. Well, I guess we'll start in this corner. The map, Leo, is called Saxlingham. Steering assist. Let's stick with 2 headlands. Oh, there we go. Do you know what the Farming Sim Pass is? I don't, Nico. No, I've not heard of that. Wait. Okay, it's gonna be insanely difficult to see where we've been here. The texture is exactly the same. I think it's because we did actually cultivate this, because I didn't realise that it needed ploughing, so we just went over it with a regular cultivator. And now we've got to go over it with the subsoiler, which leaves the exact same texture as a cultivator. Fortunately, the guidance steering does actually show which bits have already been done. It like leaves a slightly different coloured line. I think it's a darker, it's like not a full white line once you've been over it. You'll see what I mean. See, this is the thing about subsoilers. They are easier, but they're a lot smaller typically. You can get larger ones, but they tend to be a lot smaller. Which means it takes a lot longer to get a field done. But that's what AI workers are for, right? We do as much as we can, and then when we get bored, we get an AI worker to do the rest. Hey, how are you? I'm good, Jamie. I haven't played the Scotland map yet. We're not actually going to be playing that on stream until next year. The reason being, we've only actually been playing this map for a few weeks, so I wanted to give this map a bit more time before we moved on. So we are going to carry on playing on this map for the rest of this year, and then when I come back in January, we're going to start playing on the Scottish map, which is called Kinlaig. I'm looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting to see the first official UK map from Giant Software. It's going to be a very interesting experience. I've seen and heard very good things about it though, so I'm very much looking forward to it. When's Euro Truck? This Tuesday, Alan. This Tuesday coming, I am going to be playing Euro Truck. Very excited for Euro Truck as well. Some big announcements have been made recently. The Ireland DLC and the UK rework. Very exciting time for Euro Truck, so looking forward to getting back into that. Not going to lie, Saxlingham is kind of overrated, likewise the farm on the edge of the map. I do agree that the farm should be in the middle of the map. I don't like it when maps have farms that are way too close to the edge. But it's still a fantastic map. I really do enjoy this map. What are you cosplaying as, says Lewis? I don't know, who do I look like? I just know that one of you is going to say, like, Sloth from the Goonies or something, so go ahead. I can take it. Get it out of the way. Don't need to be in the middle, just not on the edge. Yeah, like I say, I do agree with you, Prime Jack. I don't enjoy it when farms are too close to the edge of the map. It just makes it harder to get around the map as well. Like, everything's... Like, if I want to go to a field in the bottom right-hand corner, it's a really long way to travel. So I do wish it was a bit more central. Is it Saxlingham Nethergate? I believe it is, Taylor, yes. Tyler, sorry. I really want an Irish map, says Alan. An Irish map would be cool, yeah. We got Kinlake, though. We got our first ever Scottish map, which is at least a step in the right direction. I still can't believe how long Farming Sim's been out, and this is the first official UK map. That is crazy. I hope we see a lot more UK maps in the future from Giant Software. Obviously, there's loads of great UK maps in the mod hub and stuff like that. There's a lot of great modders who make UK maps, but to see one officially from Giants is pretty big. Is it in Norwich? It is in Norwich, Tyler, yes. Thanks for following, by the way. The new Scottish map's really good. I love it. I am very much looking forward to trying it out. Like I say, I haven't actually bought it yet. But definitely will be. And we will definitely be playing it. Thanks for following, Dexter B. That's 4 minutes away from me. Nice one, Tyler. We had one, the previous map that I played, Moss Valley, that was quite close to me, because that one was based on Sheffield, and I'm in Doncaster. What colour should I make my fast track 3230? I'd keep it JCB orange or JCB yellow. I don't really like colour in my tractors. I don't even have the universal colour mods. I like tractors to be the colour that they were intended to be, you know? If I buy a New Holland, I want it to be blue. If I buy a Claas, I want it to be green. I do like when tractors have a bit of customization, like with Voltra, obviously there's a lot of colour customization options there. But, you know, when I buy a John Deere, I expect it to be green. Should add Clarkson's farm into the game. That would be pretty interesting, Prime Jack. There's probably a mod, honestly. Someone's probably made a mod of Clarkson's farm. It wouldn't surprise me. There was on 22. Ah, interesting. Sorry. Okay, there we go. You can see what I was saying earlier. On the right hand side, the lines are white because I haven't done that bit yet. But on the left, where I've already done it, the lines are grey. So I think that's quite useful, that the guidance steering does actually show you where you've already been. Especially like in a field like this, it's really difficult to tell by the texture where I've already been. So it's nice to have that to remind you. What's all the buttons next to you? This is my Logitech G heavy equipment side panel. I got this as a bundle with the steering wheel. It is designed for Farming Sim, but I also use it for Euro Truck as well. It works brilliantly for Euro Truck. Hi, Kana, how are you? I'm very good, thank you. But yeah, the steering wheel and side panel, They're the Logitech G Heavy Equipment Bundle. £230, brand new. Very, very good price. Very reasonable. Great, like, starter wheel. If you want to get, like, your first wheel, it's a very good place to start. Although I have had this for quite a while now, and I'm looking to upgrade it in hopefully next year. Can you get it by itself? The side panel, yes. The steering wheel, no. The side panel on its own costs $150, brand new. But the wheel, you can only get it in the bundle. Can you play Gran Turismo on that steering wheel? Probably. You can probably play most driving games with it, to be honest. It's fairly universal. It's not great for racing games. Obviously, it's designed for heavy-duty vehicles like trucks and tractors and stuff, but you can play racing games with it. I've played Burnout Paradise with it, which was very interesting. Not GTA, though, as far as I know. I tried playing GTA with it, but I couldn't get it to work. Maybe you can mod it to work, but I couldn't figure it out. Had to just play with a controller. Didn't even try to change the voice, says notification. No, I didn't actually, notification. I've never done any voice training. I'm not a big fan of the sound of my own voice, to be honest. I've always felt quite self-conscious about how I sound. But honestly, through doing TikTok and through speaking quite often, you know, to my viewers and stuff, I've kind of grown to accept it. I'm still not a big fan, and I would like to do some voice training eventually. I would like to have a more feminine voice, but I've kind of grown to accept my voice. You know, it's my voice. It might not be the best, but it's what I've got at the minute. Are you able to play ETS2 with the button system on your right? If so, where can you find it to buy? You can, Louis. It works brilliantly for Euro Truck. I have it set up so that the stick here is my indicators, and it can control the axle lift, it can control the windscreen wipers, automatic windows, electric windows, sorry, all the lights and everything else. Obviously, you can do pretty much everything with this control panel on Euro Truck. The controls are fully mappable, so you can make, you know, every single button, you can choose what it does in Euro Truck, which is really, really handy, and it works great. It is a great thing to have for Euro Truck. If you want to buy one, it's called the Logitech G Heavy Equipment Panel. It costs $150 if you buy it directly from Logitech, but obviously you can shop around and get it cheaper elsewhere, or, you know, if you don't mind buying second-hand, you can probably get it a lot cheaper. But if you want to buy it brand new, direct from Logitech, it's £150. And once again, it's just called the Logitech G Heavy Equipment Side Panel. No worries, Crazy Panda. I wonder how our AI driver's getting on, by the way. It doesn't look like he's made much progress. I think we'll finish up in this field and then we'll go and see how he's getting on. What did you do for a job, Ashbridge? Says, welcome to 2025. Good question, welcome to 2025. I'm actually out of work at the minute. My most recent job was in a print shop. I was a graphic designer, so designing stuff for local businesses, business cards, brochures, posters, that kind of stuff, which was very good experience. Not quite the area that I want to be working in. I really want to be working in game design. That's what I studied at university. I have a degree in game design. That's where I really want to be. But yeah, I mean, graphic design is similar. It's like an adjacent sort of field. A lot of the skills are transferable, so it was definitely a good job, and it definitely, you know, gave me a lot of experience in that area. Apply to Rockstar. That's a good suggestion, actually. Welcome to 2025. I didn't even realise that Rockstar... I didn't even realise that Rockstar had a studio in Leeds. I'm aware that obviously they've got a studio in Scotland, but I had no idea that Rockstar not only have a studio in Leeds, but the Leeds studio are working on GTA 6. And I live in Doncaster. I'm like 50 miles away from Leeds. I could get there. I could get there on the train. I could commute. You know, so I'm honestly thinking about it. I'm honestly thinking about having a look. Do you play GTA 5? I do, yes. Not on stream, but I do play GTA 5. I do enjoy GTA. I'm looking forward to GTA 6. But yeah, like I say, it was just so surprising to me. I honestly didn't know that Rockstar had a studio in Leeds. And they're developing GTA 6 at that studio. 50 miles from where I live. That's big. What's your user? I honestly don't know. It's been ages since I last played. I don't play online. I've never enjoyed GTA Online. It's not really my thing, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of multiplayer games in general. I'm more for single player, to be honest. With multiplayer games, I prefer like 4 or 5 player multiplayer that I can like play with a few friends. You know, stuff like Phasmophobia and Lethal Company and, you know, Repo, all that kind of stuff. I absolutely love those kinds of multiplayer games. I'm not as big of a fan of like online multiplayer with like randoms. It's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. Like I say, I prefer to play with people that I know. Hello, Owen. How are you doing? I'm going to put some lights on because it's starting to get a little bit dark. VK Comdro says, I was going to say you sound like a man. I'm not going to be rude. I mean, you did just say it anyway, so... if you want to say it, just say it. There's no need to try and disguise it, honestly. I can take it. I'm a big girl. I've been told that I sound like a man many, many times before. Don't worry. You won't be the first. What do you identify as, says Owen? I'm a trans woman, Owen. So I was born male. It says male on my birth certificate. I was raised as a boy. But I came out about 5 years ago. And I've lived as a woman ever since. And I'm very lucky to have been accepted by my family and friends. I've got a very, very supportive network of people around me, which is great. I'm so, like, every day, genuinely, every day, I'm grateful that I've been very, very lucky with my family. Just have been so understanding. Thanks for following VK, Commodore, and Sophia, by the way. Put your beacon on. Not in this tractor, Joe Rob. I'm afraid this one also has a flashing pattern, so I can't put it on in this tractor either. I can put it on in the Combine. If you want to see the beacon light, if you really want to see it that badly, I can put it on in the Combine. There you go. Because the Combine's just got a simple rotating pattern. But yeah, I can't put it on in the tractor. What Combine shall I get for 500k? Let's have a look, shall we? 500. Well, with 500 you can go for pretty much anything except the biggest 3 or 4. It depends what mods you've got, because I like cheap Combines. I like This is one of my favourite combines of all time, the New Holland TX62. It's so small and inefficient and crap, but I love it. I love my boy. I love the TX62. The Class Dominator, another icon as well. I don't know, just get whichever one you feel like. Or if you've got the money for it, get the biggest one you can. I've played 5 different games and got bored, and dude is still on here, says that Kid AMC. I guess I've just got a better attention span than you then. I can play a game for more than half an hour without losing focus. Are you a Yorkshire lass, says Mooms. I am Mooms, how are you doing? I'm Yorkshire born and bred, originally from Harrogate in North Yorkshire, but I've lived in Doncaster most of my life. Bro, the Logitech steering wheel is so shit, says Pay Ingwerson. Well, I've had it for well over 3 years, and it's still going strong. It's never turned me wrong, you know. Thanks for following Partridge 620, by the way. I think it's a great wheel. It's not expensive. It is cheap, but you get what you pay for. You know, if you... I've said it before. If you've never had a steering wheel and you're looking to get your first one, this is a good place to start. I don't want it forever, and I am actually looking at getting a new one next year. But it's a great place to start. That cultivating doesn't need doing, says Hugo. I'm actually subsoiling, Hugo. Because if I get out of the tractor, you can see that it says in the bottom right there that this needs ploughing. And over here, where I've already been over it, it doesn't need ploughing. Sorry. Get a G29 or a G920 because this one is so weak. I totally disagree, Pay Ingwerson. I think this is way more budget friendly and it's designed specifically for farming sim, unlike the G29 and G920, which are racing wheels. Thanks for following Tyler Cox. How are you doing? Thanks for following Phil McCracken. How are you doing? Nice username. I'm on a Thrustmaster T300. Nice one, kids. I am actually looking at a Thrustmaster for my next one. I was thinking of getting the Thrustmaster T248 for my next wheel, which I'm, like I say, I'm looking to upgrade next year because I've had this for over 3 years now, and it is starting to show its age with wear and tear and stuff, you know. Be mine, says Phil McCracken. I'm good, thanks, Phil. Sorry, thank you for the offer. I'm fine on my own, to be honest with you, at the minute. Okay, we are nearly done with this, by the way. Not the most exciting job, I know, but gotta be done. What are you, says Jake Wallace. You know, Jake, you are the 4th person to ask me that question in this live stream. They always ask the question the exact same way as well. They always just say, what are you? Usually without a question mark as well. It's just interesting to me because, like, people are almost constantly accusing trans people of being like, oh, you're in a cult and you can't think for yourself. And then every single comment is just like word for word the exact same thing. Like, pot calling the kettle black, really, you know? Are you actually capable of writing an original comment that, you know, can you leave a comment that no one else has ever left before? I don't mind negative comments as long as they're original, you know, put some effort into it. Try to tell me something that I don't hear 50 times a day. Do you farm in real life? I don't, Will, no. I've spent a lot of time on farms. I grew up on a farm. My granddad used to work on a farm. He used to take me to work with him on the weekends, but I'm not a farmer myself. Okay, that's that job done. This guy's not doing anything. And also, look at what he has done. Okay. This is why you don't trust AI workers. Ever. Under any circumstances. Can animals become trans, says Jake Wallace? Well, no, because animals don't have a concept of gender. For trans people to exist, you have to recognize the difference between sex and gender, right? Animals have sexes, but they don't have genders. Like, there's male and female cats, but there aren't boy cats and girl cats, you know? Sorry, my voice is going a little bit. But yeah, animals have sex, but they don't have gender. Whereas humans, we have sex and gender, and they can be different. Which is how trans people happen. I'm going to leave this job for now because I feel like I'm not going to trust the AI worker with it again, and I don't want to waste any more time in today's stream doing it myself, so I'm just going to take this back to the farm for now. Ain't my thing personally, but if you ain't a proper doylem about it, what's the issue? Thank you, DC2A. I respect everyone has their choices. What tractor is that, says Dexter Fan. This is the Ford 1156 Versatile. Great bit of kit so far. I do like it. On another note, GTA 6 has been delayed by another 6 months. Has it really? That's disappointing, if true. The thing is, though, I find myself, you know, whenever a game gets announced, I kind of just ignore the release date because or it will almost definitely be postponed. Like, especially AAA games these days. If they say that a game's coming out on a certain date, give them at least 6 months leeway. Because you can almost guarantee that it's going to be postponed. Have you tried the fishing DLC? Not yet, Dexter Fan, no. We're going to be playing this map until the end of the year, and then I'm going to be starting Highland fishing in the new year. Because we've only done... This is only our 4th episode on this map. I wanted to give it a fair chance before we moved on to something else. Need to give GTA 6 an 8-year leeway. You might be right, Ollie. You might be right. Thanks for following, Dexter Fan. Sometimes they just cancel the game altogether. That's also very true, Nat. Yeah. What tractor is that, says Ollie. This is the Versatile 1156. The Ford Versatile 1156. I'm just going to park it alongside this shed here, because we definitely can't reverse it into the shed. with the trailed lifter as well. In fact, I may just keep it all attached in one piece, because we're going to be using it again in the next stream, so... There we go, we might as well just leave it here for now. Could have probably put it a bit closer to the shed, but it'll do. What map is that? This is Saxlingham, Will. Right, I'm going to do a save. Then, let's go and check out the sheep. We haven't checked on the sheep for a while. Let's see how they're doing. Okay, how are we doing, guys? Check the animal dialogue. They're doing good. They're happy. They're healthy. The ewes are starting to reproduce, so we should see some lambs very soon. Hello. Lovely stuff. That's what we like to see. And how are we doing for wool? Is that a full pallet, or do they stack on top? I'm not actually sure if they stack any higher than that. Either way, I don't think it's the right time of year to sell wool anyway, so we won't. There's no point in moving it until it's ready to sell. Lovely dress. Thank you, Zara. Thank you very much. This is actually the first dress I ever bought. Fun fact. I bought this way back when I first came out. And I absolutely love it. I quite often wear it as a top as well. Like just tuck the bottom into a pair of jeans. It makes a really nice top as well. But yeah, this was my first dress ever. Okay, where's the wool? Right at the bottom, because it starts with W. Okay, not a good time to sell. We actually aren't supposed to be selling this until May. That's a long way off. What about bread? I think bread is January, so we can't sell that just yet either. Where is it? There we go. Mind you, the price isn't too bad for bread at the minute, and we do need money. We are not doing too great for money at the minute. We've only got 5.9 thousand in our bank. Maybe we should sell some bread. Let's look at the production chain. Okay, it's saying that the production is inactive. I'm guessing that means there isn't any room for the bread to be unloaded. Oh no, the wheat flour is still running. Okay, okay. Let's head over there. I love the new map. Nice one, LJ. I haven't checked it out yet. We're still on Saxlingham at the minute, but I am very much looking forward to trying out Kinlake. Okay. So how much is in here? There's 8 pallet... Well, okay. There's 8 pallets here, but there's also almost enough in there for another 8 pallets. So maybe we should sell some of it now. We need the money, to be honest. Even though the price isn't quite as high as it could be, we do need the money. And it's 7,000 a pallet right now. Oh no, that's for... Wait, that's for buying. Wait, which is which? Selling is us selling. Okay. So the sell price at the farmer's market is 5,541, which is still very good. So 5.5 grand a pallet. If we sold these 8 pallets that we've got right now, that would get us 40... over 40 grand, which is not bad. It's very good. We could get a higher price if we waited until January, but it's not that much higher, to be honest. I think we should sell a couple of pallets. Where is the farmer's market, first of all? Wait. Tag place. It's 4398. Okay, that's quite a distance away. It's down there. Right. Do we have a flat trailer that we can put the... Hold on. Why isn't it letting me select through my vehicles? What are you selling? We're selling bread, Pontus. Oh, we're in the back garden. I hate that when you teleport back to the house, it puts you in the back garden. Hey Ash, how's it going? How you doing, Josh? Welcome. Ow, I just hit my hand on the mic stand. Okay, we don't have a flat trailer currently. We only need a small one, though. Like, really small. Let's have a quick look. Would that fit 8 pallets on it? I don't know. That might be a bit too small. Let's go for the second one up. This one is definitely big enough for 8 pallets. We can't even afford to buy it, though. What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we'll do. We will fetch the... We'll fetch the Aryan. What I'm going to do is I'll take 1 pallet down just on the front loader, and that'll get us enough money to buy the trailer, and then we can take the rest down. Good plan. Oh, whoops. In fact, one thing... Oh, there's deer. There's a deer in our yard. Oh, cool. Oh, he's running away. Lovely. One thing we could do to get a little bit of more money out of the bread is we could sleep, because it's 4 PM. We could sell it in the morning, and the price will be ever so slightly higher, because it goes up in December. That's what I'll do. I'm going to fast forward the clock a little bit. This is what Daggerwin looks like, says X. No, I'm not Daggerwin. Big Daggerwin fan, though. But Daggerwin, as far as I know, is not transgender. I should have left the bale spike at the yard there. Never mind, too late now. We just have to remember to take it back down with us next time we go down there. So I think we'll transport some of this bread, and then that'll probably take us to 6 o'clock, which obviously is going to be the end of the stream. So seems like a natural point to end on. Oh shit, we got this thing on the back as well that I forgot about, the bale shredder. Okay. we'll have to remember to take this back with us as well. Thanks for following, X. Pretty Farmer, howdy everyone. How are you doing, Kurotech? Welcome. Hello, Jackson. Thanks for following, Kurotech. Are you a real woman, says Oras? As real as any other. Unless, maybe none of us are real. Maybe we all live in a simulation. Who knows? Sometimes it does feel like that. What's your DNA blood? I don't know. I've never had a DNA test. When do you usually stream? My current schedule, I stream Minecraft and Farming Sim every week. Minecraft is on Monday, Farming Sim is on Friday. I also stream Euro Truck on Tuesdays, Factorio on Thursdays, and then on Wednesday I do horror, and Sunday I do sci-fi. Now I don't do those every single week, those are every 2 weeks. The only ones that I do weekly are Farming Sim and Minecraft. Everything else is every 2 weeks. If you wanna actually see the schedule, do consider joining the Discord server. I've got a actual written schedule there, which makes a bit more sense. Did you get neutered? Says Ewan. Nope, I did not, Ewan. I presume when you say neutered, you mean bottom surgery. Which I haven't had and don't intend to have. Why is your voice so deep? Male puberty. Can't help it. A bit too much testosterone. Are you a femboy? There's nothing wrong with it, obviously. Can you just answer? I'm not a femboy, Ruben. No, I am a trans woman. Do you tug? Says Ewan. Do you? What a wild question to ask someone. It's just this. What always gets me is, can you imagine if some of these questions were asked to non-trans people? Like, can you imagine just going out on the street and the first person that you see, you're like, do you masturbate? Like, who does that? Who starts a conversation like that? Who just walks up to a random person in the street and is like, have you had your dick chopped off? Like, that's not normal. That's not a normal way to speak to people. If you did that to anyone who wasn't transgender, you'd get a slap in the fucking face. But obviously, if I slapped someone in the face for saying something like that to me, I'd be the one in the wrong, you know. Because trans people, we're just supposed to take it. You know, we're just supposed to let people ask whatever questions they damn well please, and if we don't answer it, then we're being rude. Oh, I'm gonna have to pick this up from the side. There we go. No one's business in it, says Nix. You'd think so. You would think so. You'd think that everyone, no matter how they identify, would be entitled to a little bit of privacy and not being asked the most personally intrusive questions imaginable. But no, trans people, we don't get that. We don't get that privilege. No. You know, people are going to come onto my live stream and ask me if I've got a dick or if I've had it chopped off, and I've kind of just got to sit here and accept that people are going to ask me stuff like that, and I have accepted it. You know, it's not like I can stop people asking me those sorts of questions, but I can damn well complain about it anyway. Thanks for following, Ruben. Okay, before I sell these, I am going to actually head back to the farm and have a quick nap. Kids, says Namaste. Yeah, I mean, most of the time they are, true. Thanks for the rose and the heart me, Robin. Absolutely, I'm sorry you can't just have a life. You aren't forcing anyone to sit here or be here, says Kurotech. They sure act like you have them chained up. That's also very true. People act like they're strapped into a chair, Clockwork Orange style, like with their eyes bolted open, being forced to watch my live stream. Like, no, you can just not watch it. If you don't want to watch it, you can just not watch it. that option is there. But you'd be surprised by how few people are willing to just take that option and just keep scrolling, right? My name isn't Robin. Sorry, Ruben. Easy mistake to make. I apologise. Okay, well... What are you doing? Why are you stopping? Come on. Just go. Move. Move. Goodbye. Oh, P says, hey Saul, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, P. How are you doing? Hope you've had a good day. It's snowing, by the way. I don't know if anyone noticed. It's snowing right now. Still don't know yet how you thought it didn't matter how the plough faced. Well, I mean, it didn't, did it, Bailey? Really? We got the field done, so... Is that AI? Is what AI? Bees Boa. Thank you, I've been playing Donkey Kong Country. Very old school. Nice one. I love Donkey Kong Country. Oh. That takes me back. Wow. What's the job today, says Ben. Currently, we are just selling some bread. We're about to finish up. We're near the end of the stream. But I'm just going to sell a bit of bread before we finish. Make ourselves a little bit of money. And then we're going to wrap things up. Have you played Farming Sim 24? If you have, what's the difference between this and that one? There is no 24 as far as I know, Kaylee. The last major game was 22, which I have played. We did have a series on 22. I think it's a marked improvement. I do. I think it's a superior game to FS22. I really enjoy it. This is not the right spot, is it? No. Yeah, I think it's a definite improvement. There's lots of small changes that I think are worth the money, you know, worth the upgrade. Things like the ground deformation and the new crop types and better graphics and everything. Is this not the right spot either? Wait, oh no, where do I sell? Where do I sell the stuff? Saxlingham products. That's where I am. Oh! Oh, it's at the other side of this wall. Right, okay. Next bunker. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Can I go around that side? It looks like I can. Oh, it's a bit of a squeeze, but yes, we can get through here. Have you tried the fishing expansion yet? I haven't yet, X, no. I'm not going to be playing it on stream until next year, actually, because I want to do a few more episodes of this first. But we will definitely be doing a series on Kinlake. Okay, so why is that not... Why has that not been accepted? Because this is definitely the place. This is definitely where we sell this, right? No? The next bunker. Oh my god, how many bunkers are there here? Jesus. This one here. There we go, nice one. Okay, and with that, we've now got enough money to buy the low loader, which means... not the low loader, the flatbed. Which means we can bring the next few in one go. So we're going to go and get as many pallets as we can fit onto that trailer, and then we'll come back. Nice setup. Thank you, Landy. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of the setup. It's taken a few years to get it to this level, but I'm very pleased with it. Looking to upgrade my wheel next year. Have you ever done any real farming? I haven't farmed myself, no. My granddad used to work on a farm, and he used to take me to work with him on the weekends, so I spent a lot of time on farms as a kid, but I've never actually farmed myself, no. What wheel is it? This is the Logitech G Heavy Equipment wheel. It's £230 in a bundle with the side panel here. Very good starting wheel. It's a bit cheap, but you kind of get what you pay for, you know. I recommend it as a starting wheel if you've never had a wheel before and you're looking to get your first one. This is a good place to start. I'm Farmer, if you couldn't tell by my user. Nice one, Ruben. Lovely. We do get a lot of farmers here in the chat. We get a lot of people, a lot of farmers like to watch Farm Sim Friday. Makes sense. If you're interested in any of the other games that I play, though, then do feel free to join me on any of my other streams. Next stream is going to be Minecraft on Monday. Hey, Tori, how are you doing? Did you do any Euro Truck? I do, Lammy, yes. Next Euro Truck is going to be this Tuesday coming, so do join me for that as well. We play... Currently I'm doing single player modded, because I like to play with pro mods, but I am thinking about going for some convoys. If I can put together a list of mods that I'm using, then we can do modded convoys, which would be really cool. I've been playing the new DLC, says Tory Plays. It's very realistic to British roads and towns. Honestly, I cannot wait to play the new DLC. I'm really holding myself back from playing it at the minute, because, like I say, I want to make sure that we give this map a fair go before we try the new one. But I am very, very much looking forward to playing the Highlands Fishing DLC. What game is this? This is Farming Sim 25, and the map is called Saxlingham. The problem is there's not much room here to maneuver the tractor in. I think when I built this building, I was planning on using a skid steer to handle the pallets, which is why I've left such a small amount of space here for it to get in and out. Ooh. Okay, looks like we're gonna fit maybe 6 pallets on here. Unfortunately, we can grab them from the side. They're a bit less stable grabbed from the side, but it works, you know. Okay, we just knocked that first one out of place. Lovely, and now we just knocked it off completely. This is why I hate handling pallets. Because I'm bad at it, and I don't like doing things that I'm not good at. No, I don't want to put it on top. I want to put it beside. That one's immediately fallen off as well. I fucking hate pallet handling. It's literally the worst part of the entire game. No, log handling's worse. Log handling is worse. Bale handling's pretty bad as well. Just any kind of handling. Any kind of, like, lifting things up with a front loader and putting it on something, I hate. I just hate it. Okay, let's see if we can pick this one back up. And we just knocked that other one off the other side. We're still in forward gear. Okay. I think we'll leave that for next time. I'm not going to sit here and piss about with it. It's already 6 o'clock. And if I do this, we're going to end up being here for another half an hour. I'm just going to leave it. I really can't be arsed to piss around with pallets today. That can be a job for next week. And I think we will leave it there. It's 6 o'clock. We've done 3 hours. Do you have any VODs on Twitch or YouTube? All of my VODs are on YouTube X. You can go and watch every single live stream I've ever done over on YouTube. I am live on YouTube as well, by the way. I'm always live on YouTube and Twitch. Whenever I'm live on TikTok, I'm also live on YouTube and Twitch, so you can check me out on those platforms as well. There's links in my bio for all of that. But yeah, this seems like a good place to end the stream, so if you'll give me just a moment, let's switch over to the big camera and do my usual wrap-up. There we go. Okay. So thanks for joining, everyone. Good stream today. Very good stream. Wonderful stream, in fact. We gotten quite a few new followers today, which I always appreciate. Loving Saxlingham, as always. Love the map. Very excited to continue with it. And we will be continuing with it very soon. Farming Sim is going to be weekly for the rest of the year. So for the next 6 weeks, I am going to be playing Farming Sim every single Friday. Same goes for Minecraft, so do join me on Monday for Minecraft. That's going to be weekly as well. And then next week I've also got Euro Truck on Tuesday and Factorio on Thursday. So quite a busy week next week. If you have enjoyed the stream, please do consider giving me a follow if you haven't already, and do obviously check me out on Twitch and YouTube as well. As I was just saying, I am live on Twitch and YouTube whenever I'm live on TikTok, and I also have full VODs of all of my streams on YouTube, so you can go and watch every single stream I've ever done on YouTube if you are interested. What's with your voice? Can you change it? It says, I can't read your username, sorry. Hueka Bakumic. My voice is... What's wrong with my voice is that I went through male puberty and testosterone made my voice go deep. Which tends to happen to males when they go through puberty. There's nothing I can do about it, apart from voice training, which I can't really be bothered to do right now. Or I could get surgery on my vocal cords, which I also don't really want to do. So for the time being, I'm kind of stuck with it. It is what it is. I don't like it any more than you do, but that's my voice. Is it real to change it with surgery or something? You can change it. You can get surgery on your vocal cords. For most trans people, you can just do voice training, though. You don't, you know, in extreme cases, you might need to do surgery, but most people will get the results that they need just from voice training. Hopefully that's the case for me, because I'm really not that keen to get any surgery. Anyway, you can take estrogen, says Dylan. Unfortunately, estrogen doesn't affect the voice. Estrogen has no effect on the vocal cords, only testosterone does. That's why male voices get deeper when they go through puberty. So if trans men take testosterone, it does make their voices deeper, but trans women, estrogen can't make it go higher again. Once it's dropped, it's staying dropped unless you have surgery or voice training. Anyway, that's it. We're going to end the stream here. Thank you for your questions. It's been a good one. I've thoroughly enjoyed. Great Farmer Sim Friday. Looking forward to more of this next Friday. Once again, if you have enjoyed, please do consider giving me a follow and join me on YouTube and Twitch as well. The fact you're accepting is very cool. I respect it. Thank you, Hueka Bakumic. Sorry I'm not saying your username properly, but thank you very much. Loved this. Love you. Thank you, Zara. Thank you very much. I do need to end the stream, so thank you for all the compliments, everybody. But we are going to end things here. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful stream. If you would like to keep up to date with when I post or stream, do consider joining the Discord server. And if you just want to chat with me, the Discord server is a great place to do that. And if you would like to support me financially, please do consider checking out the Patreon. Huge shout out to my current Patreon supporters. Thank you very, very much to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, Amy, and Marika. Thank you guys so much for your support. It's very, very much appreciated. If you want to get your name on this board, there's a link in my bio. It costs £1 a month. So you pay £1 a month. I think it's like £1.20 after tax, but you pay that every month. You get access to behind the scenes content. You get a shout out on stream. And you'll be supporting me in what I do on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So thank you once again to my current Patreon supporters, Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, Amy, and Marika. Again, if you want to support me on Patreon, please do consider it. Thank you very much to you guys. And with that, we are going to end the stream. So thank you very much, everyone. I will see you on Monday for Minecraft. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, have a wonderful time, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. And bye-bye YouTube and Twitch as well. Great stream. Thank you very, very much. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll see you for another one. I'll see you on Monday for Minecraft.